His movements resembled someone having convulsions or a seizure. When he did get to a rested state, where he was laying still, only lasted for about 30 seconds. To a minute at most. Then he would jerk as if he were afraid that if he fell asleep, he might never wake again. It was heart-wrenching to see this man whom I adore in all this pain and agony, who just months before was running around the football field with our kids. As I started to leave that day, I told him, "Hey, Mother, my sister's coming to take baseball games this weekend. You hang in there and we'll watch it together Saturday night." His response was, "What game?" I said, "No, Keith's first rookie league game this year." He responded, "Okay, DJ, I love you." So I hugged him, told him I loved him too, kissed him on the forehead, and I left. Saturday, April 25th, 2009, opening day at the ballpark. The weather was beautiful, and it was us, the team that was 2-13 the year before, against the defending league champs. I didn't realize it at the time, but this is where my prayer for Noah was to be answered. We were the home team to be improved dramatically from the year before. Our kids took the field and played like all-stars. We built an early 5-0 lead and were well on our way to a totally different start to the season. But we were playing the defending champ, and they responded by tying the score 5-5. Last year, at this point, our team would have folded and the onslaught would have begun. But this year's team was different. They came back to take the 9-5 lead on the top of the 16. It was a very intense game with momentum going back and forth. The type of game you love to be a part of. Fans were in the game, players from both teams were excited, making plays in the field, and the kids were hitting the ball all over the park. A game like this, as a coach, cannot help but get emotionally involved, and I was no exception. At the start of the 6th inning, however, something changed inside me. I felt a very calming presence, even though I knew the best hitters were about to come to bat. As the game progressed, Braxton misplayed the ball at second, put a runner on base. Another ball was hit to him, and he reached to tag the runner going to second. He was called safe on the questionable ball. Now you can feel the tension start to mount as players, coaches, and fans started to complain. Everybody's been involved in little kid games. They know what I'm talking about here. With this happening, I still have that overwhelming calm feeling inside, which is kind of uncharacteristic for me, at least at the time it was. Next play, there was another questionable call as to whether the runner was safe or out of second. More tension followed. The kids from the field were starting to get frustrated, and I told them, "Relax. Just play your game and everything will be okay." Our lead had been cut to 9-8. The next hitter came up and quickly missed 4 straight pitches. We were 1 strike away from winning on opening day. The pitches to the kid were coming in a little high, so the coach of the other team started to adjust the height of the pitching machine. So after the adjustment, the kid stepped in and swung and missed the next pitch. However, in all the commotion, the umpire must have lost count of the pitches because he said 3. Sean Rails, our bookkeeper for the team, pointed out that was 5, which he should have been out. I turned to her and said with a smile, "Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine." Next pitch, the kid swung and missed again. It was actually 6, but the umpire responded 4. So once again, we were 1 strike away from winning the game. This is when I knew God was in control of what was about to happen. I turned to Rashawn and I asked her, "Who were our first 3 hitters when we came to bat?" She said, "Tyler, Tanner, and Keenan." Pitch number 7. Hits the ball up the middle, tied the game 9-9. We get the next kid out as it's our turn to bat. Kids came off the field a little bummed. I just encouraged them and told them, "Don't worry about anything that just happened. Let's just go out there and be hitters." About this time, Brian Cox came into the dugout as his Major League team had just finished. He asked Rashawn, "Will Jalen get a chance to bat?" She looked at the scorebook and said, "He might get a chance to hit again." Smiling, I turned to him, turned to both of them and said, "This game will be long over before Jalen gets a chance." Brian gave me a puzzled look. I just said, "Tyler, Tanner, and Keenan." And I turned to watch Tyler bat. Tyler didn't disappoint either, as he opened the inning with a double. As he stopped at second, I immediately turned to the coaches and said, "I don't care how far Tanner hits this ball. I'm holding Tyler at third. Brian again gave me a puzzled look and asked why. I just pointed at Kean and smiled again. Brian smiled back and nodded with his approval. Tanner comes up, brings a shot at the outfield. Tyler's racing to third base. He gets there before the outfielder even picks up the ball. So I get him this time to stop. When I turn around, now it's the umpire giving me a puzzled look, holding up his hand and say, "What are you doing?" I just looked at him and told him I'd explain to him after the game. The announcer said, "Now batting, Kean Roseburg." And tears started flowing in my eyes. I just knew this was how God wanted it to end. It's His way of answering my prayers from love. First pitch, Kean fouls off out of play. Second pitch, Kean pops up straight over the catcher's head. Now strike two. This is the first time in the entire inning I started to feel a little anxiety. I began to wonder if I missed the signs. Maybe this wasn't it. We only had 3 pitches left. At this point, I was a little nervous, but I told him right, Tyler, no matter where Kean hits this ball, you need to score. Next pitch, Kean hits the ball over the plate of the Breaker's head. The ball hits the ground, Tyler scored, and the miracle was almost complete. The reason I say it was almost complete was because I still needed to watch it with Noah. It took all of my inner strength to keep from crying right there on the field. Later that night, I went to the hospital with Kevin Herb. It's time to complete the miracle. However, when I showed up, Mo was very sedated. The stark contrast to when I saw him Thursday night. He looked so peaceful just laying there on the bed. No turkey, no reaching for objects, no convulsions, no seizure-like reactions. Just Mo resting with the winning game ball on his shoulder. Dennis, Mo's brother, and I were having a conversation when he said, "I just want to thank you for saying that for Kean. I really appreciate it." I told him that wasn't me. There was far greater power involved. I was just a pawn. I was just a pawn in the greater scheme of things. He told Tyler to stop the third. After a while, Kevin and I figured it was best to just let Mo rest. We started to tell everyone goodbye. When Dennis would go to the bed to try to rouse him enough to tell us goodbye. He said, "Hey, bro, BJ and Kevin are about to leave. Do you want to tell them goodbye?" After a little cry, he finally opened his eyes for the first time we were there that night. I leaned over and grabbed his hand and I said, "Hey, buddy, it's BJ. I just wanted to tell you how good Kean did today." I took the ball from the shoulder and placed it in his hand. And I said, "You know what that is? That's the game ball Kean hit to knock in the winning run against the Breakers team. You know, the best team in the league." Mo wasn't able to say anything, but he smiled from ear to ear. That was when I knew my prayer had been answered. And it was God's way of bringing a little happiness into that situation. The miracle was complete. Dear Pam, Kean, and family, this is my testimony of how God plays a huge role in all of our lives. And granted me one of my prayers in those last days. It should serve as an example of how God loves us all. I just thought you might want to read this and keep as a reminder that even when Mo's gone, he'll never be forgotten. One day we'll all get a chance to see him again, to hear his imposing voice, and to laugh with his infectious laugh. I love you all, and you know how much. Let each of us embrace the thorns in our lives. We don't know the greater plan. And when we do embrace those thorns, the roses smell that much better.